Hey guys, Russ Lane. We're up here at the Spro Big Bite Gamakatsu Riders Conference on the upper part of the Mississippi River. I'm not even sure what pool it is, but I've never been in this pool before. We got about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours at the most to try to put something together. We're gonna go out and see can we figure something out real quick. Let's go. It's late in the summer, and I know the smallmouth live all up and down this Mississippi River. And I mean, I just stopped on the first, most obvious current break we could find, and I mean, it's a high percentage looking spot. We got a Spro Fat Papa 70 and 55 out, Squarebills. See, can't we catch this one real quick? There he is. Oh gosh, killed it. See if we'll get it this next cast. Finally got us one to start. Little guy, he liked the jig though. Oh God, please eat it. Another little, he bit it good. A few little fish down this bank. He was so little that I thought he was biting it and he was hooked. All right, you know, we only had about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. And, you know, really when you only have a short period of time, you got to kind of go through a process of elimination. And you know, it's a summertime, so I started out on the river throwing the Fat Papa Squarebill around and didn't get any bites, and started pitching some wood out there on the river, nothing. And now we came in this little backwater with a little current flowing through it, and looks like there's a little fly hatch going on with these overhanging bushes, and we've gotten several bites in here, just some small fish. You know, I dialed in a way to get a bite in a short period of time, and it was just through a process of elimination. And, you know, that's basically how I, approach a tournament and wind it down and find you a few little deals until you find some good ones and go with it. All right, that time went by fast. We didn't have much time, but we got a couple bites and started figuring out what to look for, looking for these back channels with a little less current. And I could tell there's a little fly hatch going on, and there's a few fish swimming around in here. And so we figured that out pretty quick. And anytime I go to these rivers, I always have a kind of a finesse type jig on. That's why I designed the Buckeye pitch and skip. It comes in quarter, 3/8, half, and 5/8. Has a finesse skirt, fixed skirt on there with real fine skirting material, so it's not too bulky, and it's a jig that you can get a bunch of bites on. Got a flat bottom, which I really like for skipping. They got the eyes on it, which makes it a lot more realistic. Another key thing is I like a small jig hook on a small profile type jig. This got a 3/0, and it's a stout 3/0 Gamakatsu flipping hook. Also, it's at a 30-degree angle, and that makes it virtually weedless. The angle of where that line tie comes out really plays a big part in how weedless that jig is. The perfect jig trailer for this thing is a 3-inch big bite baits, fighting frog. I like, green pumpkin, all the standard colors. Anytime I go to these rivers, I like to put a little spiked orange dye on there. It always seems to work on these rivers, especially on these cloudy days. I always rig it up on 20-pound sunline shooter. That's real important. Shooters are very, very durable line for when you're pitching around these snags and rocks and stuff. And a great rod to pitch this jig around on is the Denali Covert LT in a 7'2" heavy. You know, it's not a big flipping stick, but it's got a lot of power to move a big fish out of cover, but it's also short and light enough where you can make really good, accurate pitches. And pair it up with a Daiwa Tatula Type R. I like the 6-3-1 for almost everything. Got wind grips on my rod, and that's my setup. Right. And you know, we started off this morning, you know, running some of those rock banks and stuff with the little Spro 55 Squarebill, and we didn't do any good, but I think it was mainly because we're out there on the river, and I'm starting to think most of the fish are, you know, kind of on these back channels. But man, this is a great search bait, especially the 55 size. It throws really well, has a super crisp hunting action. It's got the computer chip lip. It's a lighter bait, which performs a whole lot like balsa bait, so it doesn't hang up as much. When you hit cover with it and you stop it, it really floats up really fast, and that's a big key in triggering strikes. Like all Spro baits, they come stocked with Gamakatsu hooks, which is really important. You know, we also got the 70 size for bigger fish and, you know, in dirty water conditions. But man, this has been a great bait for me this year. I've really had some good tournaments throwing this bait this year. But you can get this bait definitely at Tackle Warehouse. Make sure you guys like, share, and tag a friend on this vlog, and we're going to give away some of the products that we discussed today from Denali, Sunline, Spro, and Big Bite.